If you're over 40 and preparing for motherhood, you've probably heard this 1,000 different ways in your own mind and from others. You're running out of time. But what if that's not true? What if your age is not the problem? It's actually the portal, not something to battle against, but something to listen to, something sacred, something that holds wisdom, not warning. This is a radical paradigm shift. But in working with fertility clients for over 25 years now, I've witnessed something that science alone cannot explain. It's often the women who have lived longer, having more life experiences with their highs and lows, who have experienced loss, some unimaginable, built lives with intention, done the deep inner work, who become the most receptive, the most powerful vessels for motherhood. Because by the time you reach your 40s, it's no longer just about a baby. It's about alignment. It's about wholeness. It's about becoming the woman your child is meant to meet. And that doesn't run on a clock. It runs on recognizing who you are at a deep soul level. The version of you that is not defined by age or diagnosis, but by your willingness to honor your path, not in comparison, but in your truth. Because this journey isn't just about what your body can do, it's about what your heart has been holding. And if you've been holding it quietly for a long time, you're not alone. You're not alone if you've felt shame or that sense of urgency that creeps in when you see two pink lines on someone else's feed. Thoughts like, maybe I waited too long. If I had done this sooner, maybe this is my punishment. I hear these thoughts all the time from women like you, high performing, sensitive, deeply wise women who are exhausted from doing everything right and still not seeing the result. And I invite you to truly hear me at a deep soul level. Your worth is not measured in egg counts or cycle days. Your story isn't late, it's layered. And your age is not a closing door, it's an opening. So let's reframe the narrative. You are not less fertile because you're older. You've become more discerning about what nourishes you, what depletes you, and what opens you. At 28, yes, it's true that you had more eggs, but you hadn't yet walked through the initiations. You hadn't yet learned how to truly listen to your body, your rhythms, your spirit. What if I told you fertility is not just about quantity? It's about coherence. Biology matters. Yes, I'm not going to deny that because it is a fact. But biology is downstream from energy because before your hormones respond, before your ovaries release an egg, before your womb prepares to receive, there is you. Your frequency, your thoughts, your breath, your level of safety in your body, your nervous system, your beliefs, your relationship with time, trust, and the unknown. That's the current that everything else flows from. If your energy is in depletion, in fear, in fight, your biology follows. Hormones become dysregulated, cycles shifting alarmingly. Implantation doesn't happen. But when your energy begins to shift, when safety returns, when belief softens the edges, when your body feels chosen instead of criticized, your biology listens. Your womb listens, and she opens. That's why I created the Fertility Power Quiz, not as another cute quiz, but as an energetic mirror, a gentle but honest reflection of where you are right now on your fertility path. Because if you're still following someone else's protocol with someone else's timeline, while your own internal landscape is asking for something entirely different, it's no wonder it's not working. This quiz is how you stop chasing and start evolving. It's not just about self-awareness. It's about recognizing what phase you're in so you can move to the next one. Are you the fighter, pushing through with grit and control. The strategist, gathering every resource but losing touch with your inner voice. The queen, sitting in power but unsure when or how to receive. Or the goddess, ready to create but needing deeper nourishment to stay open. Each archetype is powerful but not permanent. Each one invites you to meet yourself more honestly so you can grow into what's next. And that knowing, that's when everything begins to change. Not because you did more, but because you finally aligned with where you are and where you're meant to go next. Imagine a farmer with 2 fields. Same crop, same tools, same sun, same water. But only one crop grows, the other one doesn't even break the surface. This isn't a hypothetical. It's what's happening right now in the real world. Farmers are planting over and over again without letting the soil rest. They're adding more fertilizer, more chemicals, more effort. But the yields keep getting worse. Why? Because the soil is depleted. It's been overworked, overstressed, and never given time to recover. Meanwhile, the farms that are seeing stronger, more resilient growth are the ones where the soil is being allowed to restore. They're not pushing it to produce nonstop. They're letting the land rest between cycles. They're nourishing it with compost, minerals, clean water, and most importantly, time. That's the difference. Not the tools, not the crop, not even the farmer. It's how the soil is being cared for between the efforts. It's whether that land is being asked to perform or given the chance to rebuild capacity. Your body is exactly the same. You can copy someone else's plan, supplements, workouts, but if your internal landscape isn't being restored, it won't matter. Your nervous system, your belief systems, your spiritual readiness, these things can't be copied. They must be listened to. One woman I worked with came to me after 3 failed IVF cycles. Her emotions were raw, her spirit tired, and her question was, what am I doing wrong? But when we dropped into her inner, deeper rhythm, we discovered it wasn't about doing more. It was about doing differently. She was living fully in the fighter archetype, hyper-disciplined, over-researched, following every rule, every supplement, every protocol to the letter. It was all muscle, all output. But her womb wasn't responding to pressure. In meditation, it asked for something she had not considered: space, rest, safety, surrender. So instead of stimulating her system, we focused on softening it. We worked on nervous system regulation, releasing the urgency that had her body in constant alert mode. We stopped chasing more information and started listening to her body's wisdom. And 6 months later, she conceived naturally. Not by pushing harder, not by perfectly executing someone else's plan, even if it's her doctor's, but by choosing alignment. So again, if you feel that gnaw of uncertainty eating at your stomach, if you're tired of collecting advice that doesn't fit, take the Fertility Power Quiz. Let it reflect where you truly are, not in theory, but in energy, embodiment, and readiness. Let it show you the archetype you've been operating from, not to label you, but to help you understand yourself more honestly. Because this isn't about diagnosis, it's about devotion to your path, your pace, your womb's wisdom. And the truth is, you've outgrown who you were 10 years ago. It's time to stop acting like she's still in charge. Take the quiz, begin from where you are now in this moment, not where you wish to be. That's where clarity lies. And that's where everything starts to shift. And I want to say this clearly with love. It is not enough to listen. It's not enough to bookmark this video and tell yourself you'll think about it. This journey requires movement, not more striving, but conscious movement, movement toward alignment, toward emotional truth, toward spiritual resonance. Because information doesn't change your life. Embodiment does. So if you're nodding but not acting, nothing changes. You are the soil, you are the seed, and you are the gardener. No one else can shift your landscape. This is your moment, not to hustle harder, not to Google one more thing, but to finally say, yes, I'm ready to meet myself where I am. That's the invitation. That's the beginning. Take the Fertility Power Quiz now, because your next step isn't about doing more. It's about doing what is aligned. And alignment is what opens the portal.